In this video, we will see what is call by value. We will use a swapping function where we will swap the values of two numbers. So if you have a variable x with and the value in x is 23 and the other variable you have and the value in the variable suppose is 45. So what swap function is going to do, this 23 it will give to y and this 45 it will assign to x. So what will be the value? X is equal to 45 and y is equal to 23 will be your value. So here we will now swap two numbers using call by value. We have header file here hash include stdio.h. Then we write the main function. In the main function we have two variables integer type x and y. So this x and y is, suppose this is your memory and here x and y are the two variables suppose allocated in the memory of integer type. So now next is your printf enter two numbers. Alright. So now scanf you are taking input from the user x and y. So suppose user enters x is equal to 46 and y is equal to 23. So these are the values entered by user. Suppose. Next is printf values in main before swapping. So now what will be printed on the screen? What are the values of x and y? X is your 46 and y is your 23. So on the output screen you will have 46 and 23 displayed. Okay. Next is we are calling here swap function. Alright, here you can see we are calling here swap function and we are passing the values x and y. So what is x? When we say x, just x, what does that mean? X contains your value 46. So this 46 is given over here. So what is the function that is being called? Swap. Values of x is 46 and y value is your 23. So this swap function is called. Let's define the swap function. From here your control is going to be transferred to this function over here, right? This control is transferred to your swap function over here. And what are the values that you have passed? 46 and 23. So this 46 and 23, the value that you have passed, x is your value, that is the variable which contains 46. So that value is passed over here. So A receives 46 and B receives 23. So suppose somewhere in the memory here you have A receives 46 and somewhere in the memory B you have receives the value 23. So now how we are going to swap? First in the swap function we take a temporary variable temp. Suppose we take another variable temp. This is your temporary variable of integer type. So now values, printf values in swap before swapping. So what will be displayed on the screen here now? It is printf statement A and B value. What is A and B value? 46 and 23. So this 46 and 23 is displayed on the screen now. Next is temp is equal to A. So what is the value of A? In the swap function we are, what is the value of A? It is your 46. So this 46 is assigned to temp, right? Next line is A is equal to B. So what is B? What does temp contains? Temp contains your 46. What does B contain? B is your 23, right? So this 23 is assigned to your A. Okay. So now A is what? 46. So this 23 is assigned over here. Okay. So now next is your B is equal to temp. So what is B? B is now 23. Alright, here you can see B is now your 23. Right. Now temp is your 46. 46. So 46 is being assigned to B. So now the B value 23 becomes 46. Right. Next is printf values in swap after swapping. So what is A? A is your 23, B is your 46. So this is printed on the screen now. Alright. These both outputs we got in the swap function. Alright. This was your on the execution of main function. Right. Till now the values of main function are not swapped. You can see what are the values in the main function, x and y. So x is still here 46 and y is you're still in the memory 23. So now after you have seen that the swap function is executed completely. Alright. Now what happens? The call will be returned from where it was called. So where the control goes now, control comes back to this line. Alright. So this line is executed. What is the next line? Let's see. Next is your printf values in main after swapping. Alright. So values in main after swapping x and y. So what is the value of x and y in main? It is still 46 and 23. Alright. You can see in the memory also it is still 46 and 23. So what will be displayed? 46 and 23 only in the main function. In the execution of the main function. So is the value swapped? No, the values are not swapped. Alright. Why it is not swapped? Because we have passed the values here, swap x and swap y. So this came over here, although we got in the swap function a 46 and 23, but the values are not swapped. Why? Because a and b variable are local to this swap function. Variable are local variables to the swap function. Alright. Local variables to swap function. And we are also not returning any value. See, this is void. Alright. We are not returning any value. Any value is not stored out of this function. Alright. So the values are not swapped. When we pass the value using call by value. Now let's see how we will swap two numbers using call by reference. We include header file, write the main function. In the main function we take two variables x and y. Suppose x and y are the two variables that are associated with some memory location. Suppose the memory location is 1000x. That is, this is 1000 is suppose the address of where the x variable is stored in the memory. Alright. And suppose y is located at some 2000. There are many more cells in this. Okay. So some 2000 address you have y variable stored over there in the memory. So now print and f enter two numbers. So on the screen enter two numbers is displayed. Scanf address of x, address of y. So you are asking the user to enter the values of x and y. So suppose x value user enters is 46 and y value user enters is 23. Okay. So now printf values in main before swapping x and y. So what will be displayed on your output screen when you are executing the main function? What is the value of x and y here? It is 46 and 23. So 46 and 23 are displayed on the screen. Next is your swap address of x and address of y. So what does this mean, address of x? When you say x, just x, what does that mean? 46, isn't it? So but when you say address of x, what does this mean, address of x? What is address of x? Memory cell address, isn't it? The first address of that variable, that is address of x means 1000 for this example. Okay, so in address of y, so here you are passing address of y. So what is address of y? See, y is your 23, right? So address of y is, what is address of y? Address of y is your 2000. All right. So in this function, what are you passing? Swap, swap 1000 and 2000. What are these 1000 and 2000? These are your addresses which you are passing. So in call by reference, what do you pass? The addresses of the variables. So now we will define the swap function. So here is your swap function. Now the control is going to be transferred over here, right? So in the swap you have int star a and star b. What is this star a? It is your pointer variable. What does pointer stores? Pointer stores the address of other variable, isn't it? What is the x and y type? It is type of integer. So we have int star a. So a is your variable, b is your variable. What variable it is? Pointer variable, isn't it? A and b are your pointer variables. And what is the thing that we have passed over here? Addresses 1000 and 2000. So this 1000 is received by this a. Alright, here this pointer a, and 2000 is received by pointer b. So this pointer a stores the address of what? This 1000, and 1000 is what? It is the address of your x, isn't it? It is the address of x variable, and b stores the variable, the address 2000, and 2000 is your address of y variable. Is that okay? Now int temp. So we take a temporary variable in your swap function. In the swap function itself, we take a temporary variable temp a. So what is in the temp? We print on the screen values of swap before swapping at a. What does star a means? Star a means value at a. Alright. So what is the value? What does a means? A. See here x means what? 46, right? When you say x. But when you say address of x, here you can see when you say address of x, that means 1000. Alright. And just when you say x, it means the value stored at it. So when we, in the swap function, when we say just a, so what is the value stored in it? 1000. Alright. So here you can come and see here star a. Here you see star a, value at, what is a? A is your 1000. So value at 1000. What is value at 1000? 46, isn't it? 46 is stored at 1000. So what will be displayed over here? Star a means your 46. So what is value at a? Value at a is your 46. So this star a you have calculated, it is 46. So what will be displayed on the screen? 46. And what is value at b? That is star b means, what does b means? B stores 2000. So value at 2000. What is value at 2000? 23. So you are accessing here 23. So what will be going to be displayed? 23 on your output screen. So next is temp is equal to star A. What is star A? Just now we have calculated. Star A is your 46, isn't it? A means 1000, star A means 46. Value at 1000, that is your 46. So temp is equal to star A. So this 46, star A is your 46. 46 is time is assigned to temp. So what is the value now in your temp variable? 46. Okay. Next is your star B is assigned to star A. B is what? 2000. Alright. Star B is your value at B is your 23. Isn't it? What is value at 2000 that you have stored? 23. So value at B, that is 23, is assigned to value at A. So that means A is 1000. With value at, you enter inside it. So this 46 is 23 is assigned now to this 46. So value at 1000 we enter here, and this 46 is replaced here with 23. Alright. So we have changed value at A. Next is your temp. What is temp? Temp is your 46, and this 46 is assigned to value at B. When you say value at B, how you go? B is your 2000. You go to that memory address and you access the value inside that memory address. So what it is? 23. It is replaced with temp value, that is 46. Okay. Now print values in swap after swapping. So what will be displayed on the screen? So what will be displayed on the screen? Star A. What is A? A is still 1000 over here. So value at 1000, you are over here. What is value at 1000? It is still 23. Alright. So value at A is your 23. And what is value at B? What is B? B is just 2000. Value at 2000 is your 46, isn't it? Value at 2000 location is your 46. So what is the value that is displayed? 23 and 46. So this was executed by your main function. This is happening in your swap function. Alright. Now, still we have not returned the values. You can see here it is void. Okay. And we have no return keyword here. So after execution, the control is transferred back to the place from where it was called. So now your function calling is here. Now the next line is printf values in main after swapping. So let's see whether in the main function x and y value is changed or not. What is x here? X is this location, isn't it? 1000 location. What is in the 1000? Is the value changed? Yes. Earlier it was 46. Now it is 23 in your memory. So 23 is displayed on the screen. Same with y. What is the value of y in main function? 2000. In the main function in the memory address 2000, you have 46. So is the values changed in the main function? Yes, the values are swapped. So we are calling in the call by reference, we are successfully able to swap the values in the main function. Earlier it was 46, 23. Now it is 23 and 46. Okay. So the main difference was what? In the swap function, we are passing not the value but the addresses, the reference that the variable is present at this address. Alright, at this address 1000 and 2000. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box. Whereas so to conclude, we can say that in call by value, we have passed value to the function, that is x and y. Whereas in call by reference, we have passed addresses to the function, address of x, and we have passed the address of y. That is, we have passed the references of these variables. That is your memory location, that is address. And since we are passing the address, so addresses are stored in pointer variables. So we have created the pointers. And this, now we are accessing the value using value at a, asterisk a operator and asterisk b. Using these, we are accessing the values of the variables that were defined in your main function. Alright, this x and y are defined in main function, but we are accessing the values of x and y through the swap function. Why? Because we have passed the reference, that is the address of x and y. Okay, so this is all about call by value and call by reference. Thank you.